Hi America, and this is my reflective vlog for my BA Honours in Fine Art. It's about looking at your career and where you want your career to go and how you want to develop your career. And I've looked at so many different things. I've looked at portfolio careers, which is kind of what I'm doing at the moment, and sort of doing journalism and public speaking and content writing and copywriting and moderation. And that's great. I really enjoy that, but it doesn't make me that much money. I think I made about 5,500 the last year that I was working and doing that. I could do more of that, but I think the key thing, there's a bit of a snag on this project with me, in that I do have paranoid schizophrenia, which is triggered by stress, and I get really unwell. So I might do a talk one day. Maybe I did a talk the last time on a Wednesday, and then I needed to have Thursday and Friday off to recover, because the talk involved travel and I was on my feet all day, and it's really quite stressful. And if I let it build up, all the stress, then I do start to get very paranoid, and I just can't function. So I think this is why that with my jobs, I've always had a job maybe for 7 months, and then I need to take a breather or a change of scene. I do have one friend. A couple of friends actually that do content writing that I worked with at John Lewis, and what they do is they do contract work, so they might take on an assignment for a month or to 6 months, and then they start again at another place. So that's an option. And I've looked at further study, but I think given my grades so far, I would say that further study is just going to be way too hard for me. I think I have to be realistic there. I don't want to put myself under undue stress when it's not necessary. The other thing to point out is that there's a lot of research online, and there's a stat banded around that only 8% of people with schizophrenia are in employment, and that includes volunteer positions. So I think, why put myself under undue stress of making a great career for myself? It seems a bit daft, really. A bit egotistical. I don't think that works for everybody. What else did I look at? I looked at studying abroad. I write for the Metro sometimes online, and that's really good because there's no deadlines and there's no pressure to submit. But if I do have more energy than usual, then I can get quite a lot done in 2 days. So I can do that, and I might carry on doing that and working on a project by project basis with them. So that could be quite good. I'd like to write a book. I had been offered a book deal, but the offer was only £500 for 30,000 words, which I just thought was ridiculous. But then it was the only offer I had, so maybe I should stick with that. So I'm thinking about that as well. I will do something, but I'll probably give myself the rest of the year off and just do the odd article here and there, maybe an essay that I'm working on for the New York Times about art and schizophrenia, and so I'll do that. And then maybe January I'll start looking at doing a book on a part-time basis for £500. I think what I need to do at this stage is kind of get a financial advisor as well to get my finances in order, because I do have quite a bit of savings, but I don't actually have a pension. So it might be good to look at maybe getting a pension and sorting out my finances. What else did I think about doing? Yeah, I wasn't sure with the further study whether to concentrate on writing, or there was a really good course that took my fancy in Edinburgh, a remote access course, where it was science communication and public engagement, which I thought was quite good. But then I do so many other things other than health writing and just science writing. I think it would be silly to specialise. So, and it's really expensive as well. So yeah, I think next steps really will be to take some time off, kind of recover a little bit from doing the course, and then January time I'll probably take up the book deal and start writing maybe 2 or 3 days a week for the Metro as often as I can, and hopefully that will get me back up to speed. And thank you very much.